right, we're back on the record now. Sir, please tell me your name.
Barry McMonagle.
21 MM3911. You're here charged with resisting merchandise recovery, petty theft, and criminal mischief. Ms. George, your office represents him in this arraignment.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what's his last name?
Barry McMonagle.
McMonagle.
May I have one moment, I'm sorry. I thought that Taylor, Ms. May had sent off, or she had not.
It sounds like a true victim case, so
That's what I'm thinking.
it does not appear to be something we could enter a plea to this morning.
Next. Can you get that from?
There's no offer at this time, Your Honor.
All right. Division 85.
Division 85, pretrial conference, June 28th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4A.
Oh, yeah, he will.
Good luck, sir.
I thought this was for 33 days.
No, it's not. I'm sorry, I don't think I entered a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Oh,
Sorry. I'll enter a plea of not guilty.
thank you. What's making that sound?
I think the air.
Maybe the air blowing
Behind
on
you.
the mic, or one of the mics.
Well, I don't think the air is going to work then. Please tell me your name.
Julian Massacott.
2019 MM 9635. You're here charged with battery, and you're already represented by the Office of the Public Defender.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty.
Thank you.
Division 85, pretrial conference,
Thank you.
June 28th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4A.
Cheers. Excuse me, can I ask you a question, please?
Yes, just a moment. What's your question?
Earlier, you were telling me that I wasn't supposed to have contact with the victim, but before you guys had already put a
Hold on one
hostile
moment.
contact order.
Let's try that again.
Before you had told me that I wasn't supposed to have contact with the victim, but before this, we had already had her come in and say it was okay, and you guys gave us a no hostile contact order. I don't know if that changed or switched or something.
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know who did that. Can the state pull up well, I don't know the answer to that. So what I would say is, at this time, don't have any contact with the victim, even while you're in custody. Contact your attorney and ask your attorney if they can find out if a judge modified that no contact order. Okay?
All right.
Because I can't tell you what it is, and I don't want you to get charged with violating a condition.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Interpreter, Your Honor.
Oh. Hey.
Good morning. This is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line.
Good morning. Have you been sworn?
Your Honor, we might have more than one courtroom on the line.
It looks like it. This is
sorry.
Judge Gibson at the jail. I'm going to disconnect and then reconnect.
Okay, thank you so much. Sorry about
Well, that was an adventure.
Good morning. This is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line, already sworn in.
Good morning. This is Judge Gibson. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can, Your Honor. How are you?
Excellent.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. All right. We have him connected to the headset. If you could please see if he can hear you.
One moment, Your Honor.
Sí, buenos días. ¿Puedo escucharlo?
He can hear the interpreter, Your Honor.
Sir, please tell me your name.
Mi nombre es Luis Alejandro Martínez. Luis Alejandro.
Nick Alejandro.
21 MM 3961. Sir, you're here charged with battery, domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Your bond will be $500. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? You have to answer out loud.
Sí, yes.
Yes.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Were you two living together?
Estábamos separados, sí, vivíamos juntos, pero ¿cómo es? No habíamos separado. Y estábamos en planes de reconciliación, la cual estuvimos hablando y trabajando.
We had been living together, but we had separated, and we were in the process of talking about getting back together.
All right, you can't at this time. So you don't need to return to where she is to gather your belongings, right? Your belongings are in a separate place.
Las tenemos en un storage.
In a storage.
All right, then I'll just order that you have to maintain a separate residence. You're not allowed to return to her residence for any reason. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir. Oh, he has a question, hold on.
Sí, sí. Que si podría pasar por el storage para poder sacar mis pertenencias. Correcto.
Can I retrieve my
Mi ropa nada más es lo que necesito.
my things from the storage?
Is it your storage or hers or both of yours?
No, está a nombre de ella. A nombre de ella.
No, it's in her name.
I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather those belongings, but you cannot coordinate that through her. You have to coordinate that through law enforcement. You understand?
Sí. Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes,
good luck,
ma'am.
sir.
All right, then. Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I believe we have one more. Please tell me your name.
José Luis Arellano García. José Luis Arellano García.
Otonil Catellano Garcia.
José Luis.
Jose Luis.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm getting a really bad feedback.
Not sure why, but I believe it's Jose Luis Garcia. Is that correct?
Sí.
Yes.
21 MM 229. Sir, you're here charged with battery. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Your bond is $500. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. You must maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather belongings, but you may not coordinate that with the victim. Do you understand? Sir, do you understand that?
Sí, sí, entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
All right, thank you, good luck.
Is that the last case for the interpreter, Your Honor?
It is. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You as well. Please tell me your name.
Alicia Curry.
21 CF 6844. You're here charged with aggravated child abuse. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case. Does the state wish to be heard as to bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Your bond is $10,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with any victim or witness in this case. Do you understand what no contact means?
Your Honor, I would argue she has no criminal history here on my face sheet ever. She's employed full-time. I would just ask that the bond is lowered. This is her first offense ever.
Did you read the probable cause affidavit?
I did, Your Honor.
I'm not inclined to do that at this time. I'll further order that you must comply with any plan set in place by DCF. You're not allowed to have any unsupervised contact with any minor child under the age of 18. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
No contact with the victim and the witness, and no unsupervised contact with any minor child.
Can we allow her to follow her DCF plan if there is one?
Yes,
Because in case they allow, have a meeting or something like that, I don't want it to be a violation.
yes, I'll order that. So if a DCF plan is set in place, she'll have to comply with that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name.
Timothy Dubay.
21 CF 6835. You're here charged with aggravated assault, domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause.
Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release. I would just ask for pretrial release. Looks like he has no criminal history.
What says the state as to pretrial release?
No objection, Your Honor. All other standard conditions.
I'm sorry, what?
All other standard conditions, no contact, separate residences.
All right, at this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes.
You're also not allowed to possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. I'm going to order that you must maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you may not coordinate that with the victim. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Jonathan Garcia.
21 CF 6838. You're here charged with domestic battery by strangulation and battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case.
Again, Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release. He has no criminal history. Well, maybe it looks like he has an out-of-state. I can't see it. But based on that, he has no other history, so I would ask for pretrial release.
What says the state as to pretrial release?
State will request a $100 bond plus PTR.
All right, thank you. At this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release and also require that you post a monetary bond. However, based on the arguments of the attorney, I'll reduce the amount that I was originally going to require you to post. Your bond on count 1 will be $1,000 plus pretrial release, and count 2, it will be straight pretrial release. With special conditions, you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. I'll order you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you may not coordinate that with the victim. Do you understand? All right, good luck. Please tell me your name.
Artist Lee.
20 CF 7960. A warrant was issued for your arrest, charging you with felony battery and battery domestic violence. Another judge has already found probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. At this time, your bond, I was reading the word battery. Your bond will be $10,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? Yes. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Were you two living together?
Yeah, that's my sister.
All right, you can't now. All right, I'll order you maintain a separate residence. Do you have any belongings there that you need to gather?
I haven't been around there in like a year, so.
Okay, so you're not allowed to return to her residence for any reason. All right, good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name. 21 CF 6846. You're here charged with false imprisonment, domestic violence. Please look at me, sir. And battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Ma'am, do you wish to testify this morning?
No, I mean, yes, I don't know, but
Do you want to talk to the judge?
yes,
Okay, then I need you to raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Tramiel Artist,
May I inquire, Your Honor?
Hold on, can you spell your last name, please?
Artis.
Yes, I'm going to have the state ask you some questions, ma'am.
Okay,
Hi, Miss Artist. How do you know Mr. Smith?
that's my child's father. That's my boyfriend.
Do the two of you live together?
Yes,
Are you afraid of him?
no,
Would you like for him to be allowed to have no hostile or nonviolent contact with you while this case is pending?
yes,
Were drugs or alcohol related to this incident?
no,
If something happened in the future, would you feel comfortable in calling the police or 911?
yes,
Has anything like this happened in the past?
no, ma'am.
No further questions.
Does the defense wish to inquire?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You can stay there while we do this. If you want to stay, you can. Sir, at this time, your bond is going to be $5,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? You have to answer out loud. All right. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. You were living together, right?
Yes,
All right. At this time, you cannot do that. I'll order you maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you can't coordinate that return with the victim. Do you understand? You have to answer out loud. Thank you. We're making a record, and the record won't reflect a nodded head. That's why I said that. Yes, sir. Did you have a question?
I'm trying to see.
Get closer to the mic so I can hear you.
So my 5,000. How much my bond is for 5,000?
Yes.
I'm saying, but it'll be how much? 500.
I'm sorry?
It'll be 500 to get out.
That's between you and a bondsman. You'll have to contact a bondsman if that's what you want to do. You're also not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. Do you understand? All right, good luck, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, did you have a question?
yes. Well, we have a 7-week-old child, so I was trying to see if he'd be able to see his baby.
At this time, he can't have any contact with you. Do you have a mother or mother-in-law, an aunt, or someone that you could coordinate?
I guess I can try to find someone.
So he can have contact with another family member as it relates to the children. He just can't send a message to you through them other than about the children.
Okay,
So he has an attorney. His attorney can file a motion to modify the no contact order.
okay,
But until a judge does that, he can't have contact with you, even to pick up the child. He can't do that.
okay.
You understand, sir? Yes, sir.
I'll ask one more question. But
Yes, sir.
I'm saying it wasn't no verbal, like it was just an argument. She said some things and I said some things. It wasn't no contact.
I understand what you're saying. Based on the probable cause affidavit and the information that's contained in there. I'm saying there's probable cause for this charge. I'm not saying the state is going to file it. I don't know what the state is going to file. I don't know if they can convict you of this in front of a jury. So what you need to do, if you think you have some defenses, talk to your attorney right away, and they can talk to the state on your behalf. This is just probable cause today. Good luck, ma'am. Thank you for coming. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Isabel Villanueva.
21 CF 6847. You're here charged with false imprisonment and battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case.
Your Honor, she does qualify for pretrial release. I would ask for pretrial release. It looks like she's been in the Lakeland area for over a year, so she resides in Florida.
What is
I
that
don't know where
from?
that's coming from.
I don't even have the volume up. Hi, B. Does the state object to pretrial release?
No, Your Honor.
At this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. I'll order you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you can't coordinate that with the victim. Do you understand? Good luck, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Jeremy Williams.
21 CF 6200. You're here charged with tampering with a witness to hinder communication to law enforcement officers and battery dating violence. A warrant was issued for your arrest, so another judge has already found probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Ma'am, do you wish to testify?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name for the record.
Kiara Lockhart.
And Ms. Bankfire?
Yes, I'll let the state inquire.
Ms. Lockhart, how do you know Mr. Williams?
That's my fiance.
Are you afraid of him?
No, ma'am.
Do the two of you live together?
Yes. He has full custody of his 3 sons. We got a business together, and our new move-in date is on the 16th, so I was requiring to ask for custody, and I didn't want to.
I can't hear you. I need you to get closer to the mic.
Oh, he has full custody of his 3 sons at home, and yes, we do stay together. And no, I wasn't interfering. I did want contact because we do have a business, and I can't do anything at home by myself, honestly.
All right, thank you. Please answer the state's questions.
If something happened in the future, would you feel comfortable in calling the police or 911?
I didn't hear you. What was
If
that?
something happened in the future, would you feel comfortable in calling the police or 911?
Yes, if something happened.
No further questions.
Does the defense wish to inquire?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, ma'am. You can stay right there while we finish. Was he out on bond in a Seminole County case for fleeing or attempting to elude? Does anyone know?
In CCIS, Your Honor, it does state that it's still open.
They discharged the bond on that, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And I've been.
I'm not doing anything with that case. I just wanted to be able to tell you if that was out
Yes,
there.
ma'am. I was letting you know it's really nothing like this. popped up and it interfered. Like I ain't been in no trouble. I've been doing like what I supposed to been doing, working and taking care of my kids and staying out of trouble. Like I say, this popped up out of nowhere because,
Don't talk about the facts.
sorry.
So the reason your attorney is telling you that is everything you say today is being recorded and can be used against you later. So it's for your protection.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
I'm glad you said what you said because I'm looking at your history and you have 6 prior failures to appear, 10 prior felony convictions.
See, that's why I ain't been.
So you're saying you've stayed out of trouble since 2018?
Your Honor, I would just ask that you give a no hostile, given the fact that he does have full custody of all his children. They are working together on business. It seems he is trying to make a change. So I just ask that you take all of that into consideration.
What says the state has to contact?
We'll leave it in the court's discretion.
Does the state show any prior domestic convictions?
May I have one moment, Your Honor?
I see arrests. I want to know if there's any convictions.
Is DD convictions?
Yes. I see you shaking your head. I believe you. I just want to,
I understand, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor, there, I see no process, no bills, but no convictions.
can you tell if any of them are the same victim?
Oh, yes, one moment, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I just have to click on the individual cases for those. Ms. Lockhart is this victim.
The what?
So Ms. Lockhart is the victim in this particular case.
Yes.
So far, I'm not seeing the victim, they're different victims, Your Honor. No, they're different victims.
Thank you. Ms. Lockhart, did you tell me how long have you been dating Mr. Williams?
Like 6 years, and we got engaged Christmas of last year.
I'm sorry, I need you to say that one more time. Can you not print for 1 second?
We were dating for 6 years. We got engaged Christmas of last year.
And you told the court that you're not afraid of him?
I'm not at all.
All right. At this time, your bond will be $2,500 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. Based on the testimony here today, I'm going to allow you to have peaceful contact only with the victim. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, ma'am.
No hostile contact, no yelling, no throwing things, no grabbing, no punching. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am. We don't have that kind of argument because, we got kids, so I don't need no bigger problems. So
Right.
I completely understand.
Based on the testimony, I'm allowing you to have that contact.
Yes, ma'am.
You can tell I'm a little worried about that though, so,
But I say I ain't gonna let you down. It's not nothing like
Good.
that. It was just a big misunderstanding, and I
All right.
appreciate the court
Just-
taking that in consideration.
don't make me regret this, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right, I'm also going to allow you to return to the residence because of the peaceful contact only. However, you're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that you're the one who has everything at risk here.
Yes.
Because if there's a fight and someone calls the police, you're coming back to jail.
No, it's not nothing like that. I promise.
Okay,
We moving in our own house on the 16th, so
all right, good luck.
thank you.
Good luck, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming. Please tell me your name.
Skylar Borno.
21MM3948. You're here charged with battery, domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Does the state object to pretrial release?
No, Your Honor.
At this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You're also not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. I'll order you must maintain a separate residence. Do you need to go back there and gather your belongings?
No, ma'am.
All right, so you're not allowed to return to his residence for any reason.
Okay.
Any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Angelica Delgado.
A warrant was issued for your arrest in 21MM3963, charging you with battery domestic violence.
Yes.
Another judge has already found probable cause. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Okay.
Why doesn't she qualify? Or does she? There's an updated, okay. Let me look at this. Does the state object to pretrial release?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition.
No.
I'll order you must comply with any physician's orders. Do you understand that? If a doctor orders you to take a medication, you have to take it. Do you understand?
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you say yes?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, good luck, ma'am.
Oh, I do have just one question.
Yes.
I have all my stuff at the house.
I'll order you maintain a separate residence and allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather those belongings.
Okay.
Just don't coordinate that through the victim. You do that with law enforcement.
Okay.
All right, good luck. Please tell me your name.
My name is Brianna Irvin.
21MM3952. You're here charged with battery, domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause. Does the state object to pretrial release?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am. I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You can't have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. I'm going to order that you must comply with any physician's orders. So if a doctor prescribes a medication for you, you have to take it. You understand?
Also, yeah, that's fine. Would that be pregnancy safe? I'm pregnant.
That's up to you and your doctor.
Okay.
I'm not advising you to take any prescriptions. I'm saying if a doctor orders you to do it, you have to comply with that.
No problem.
So make sure you check that with your doctor. Any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, wait, I didn't say maintain separate residence, and I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings. You just can't coordinate that through the victim.
I had a question.
Yes.
I live with my mom at her house, and he was staying with me, but he wasn't really, he doesn't have his stuff there. He just had like a bucket of like 3 or 4 shirts.
So
Am I gonna have to leave with my kids, or is he gonna have to leave? Because he was never a resident there. He never got mailed to my house or anything.
This court doesn't have jurisdiction over him. I only have jurisdiction over you. So I'm ordering you have to stay in a different residence. If he's there, you can't be there. But if he's not there, you can be.
Okay, okay.
I don't know where he is.
All right, thank you.
So, all right, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please tell me your name. 21MM3962. You're here charged with battery, domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Your bond is $500. Oh, Sorry, wait, there's an updated face sheet. Does the state object to pretrial release in this case?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means? Yes. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. I'll order you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you cannot coordinate that with the victim. Do you understand? All right, good luck. Please tell me your name.
Christy White.
21MM3959. You're here charged with battery domestic violence. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Does the state object to pretrial release?
No, Your Honor.
At this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You can't have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, I do.
You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. I'll order you must maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you can't coordinate that through the victim. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm also going to order that you have to comply with any physician's orders. So if a physician orders that you must take a medication, then you have to comply with that. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck, ma'am.
Thank you. Did I take-
Please tell me your name.
Roberto Fabella.
21 CT 990 and 991. You're here charged with driving under the influence and no valid driver's license. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists.
Your Honor, he does qualify for pretrial release. It seems he only has operated a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license that he was convicted of. So I'd ask for pretrial release.
What says the state?
No objection. Let me just ask for no driving without a valid license.
I'm going to place you on pretrial release and also require that you post a monetary bond of $500 on count 1. Count 2 is just pretrial release. With special conditions, you're not allowed to possess or consume alcoholic beverages, and you'll be subject to random alcohol screens. Do you understand?
Understood.
You're also not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug screens as well. Do you understand that?
Understood.
You can't drive without a valid Florida driver's license. Any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir. Did you have a question?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
What exactly is pretrial release?
What it means is you'll be placed in a program and they'll tell you all of the things that you have to comply with when you're released.
Do you know, Brian? I'm sorry to ask, but when will I be released?
Sometime today.
Sometime today?
I can't give you a time because they have to process you out.
Okay.
After you post the $500 bond, yeah.
So I need to pay bond, and then I get released?
Yes,
And then if I don't pay bond, I have to stay?
correct,
It's 500, correct?
correct.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good luck. Yes, ma'am. Oh, the arraignments are at the end. Oh, yeah, I always can do that. It doesn't bother me. I just now noticed them. Well, while we're waiting on the next one to come in, Ms. Kennedy Swanson, do you want to do the 33-day motion? I see only one.
May I have 1 second? I'm ready, I just need to get to the email.
They might be bringing someone in. We can just wait.
I see 3, you see 1?
Oh, I have one, but maybe there's more.
Well, I think because
We'll go back to that in a minute.
one wasn't right.
Oh.
Please tell me your name. I don't have a case for her.
She's in arraignment, Your Honor.
I don't have that as a misdemeanor arraignment.
We have her. I'm gonna announce a no cross on her case, Your Honor.
Oh, do you have the case number?
Yes, I do.
Excellent, go ahead.
2021 MM 3173. AO. Madam Clerk, would you want me to e-file that, or you want me to print a copy? Okay, I'll print a copy.
Go ahead.
I can hear what you're talking to me. You can give it to me, so I can print it. Okay.
But go ahead and make your announcement and I'll,
State will file no cross on 2021 MM 3173 for Marsha Brooks.
so at this time, the state's dropping that charge against you. All right, good luck, ma'am. Yeah, I don't have it. 21 MM 3902. Ms. George, your office represents him.
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
Division 84, pretrial conference, July 12th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4B.
Yes. 21 MM 350. Ms. George, your office also represents him.
We'll waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Division 81, pretrial conference, July 2nd at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4E.
Good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Simmons.
21 MO 526. You're here charged with occupancy of a building. Is that a trespass?
I believe as a municipal order.
Oh, it's a municipal ordinance violation. All right. Ms. George, your office represents him.
Your Honor, we're going to enter a plea of not guilty. I believe he's on probation.
I see.
Division 81, pretrial conference, July 2nd at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4E.
Good luck, sir.
Until you see that.
21 MO 527. Ms. George, your office represents her as well.
I'll waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Division 85, pretrial conference, June 28th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4A.
Yes. The only one I have, Madam Prosecutor, is Floyd, 21 CF 5371.
I believe one of them yesterday was released. Number 2 that we have, Alan Brown. And then the first one was premature.
We filed a no leave. On Mr. Floyd, a notice of non-filing was sent to the clerk's office before the 33rd day.
All right. Do you have any others?
The other two, when I just spoke to Ms. George, that's Denise, please.
I believe.
Mr. Haynes' case was, we filed an information on.
Ah.
Yes, I said it was premature, but we already filed an information, so.
I see.
And then the other one, you said he was released?
He was released yesterday, Your Honor.
Okay.
Alan.
Other than Mojica Rivera, is there any other business this morning before a court is in recess?
No, Your Honor.
We're having trouble getting,
Yes. Any objection from the attorneys?
no, Your Honor.
All right. Yes, please. Yes. We're going to use the language line for the two Creole. Good morning, this is Judge Gibson. Who do I have on the line?
Good morning. My name is Anne, interpreter ID 258815 for Haitian Creole.
Good morning, ma'am. Has the interpreter been sworn today?
I have not.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear to translate from Creole to English, from English to Creole to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Please tell me your name.
Bonjour, monsieur. S'il vous plaît, dis-moi non.
Bonjour. Nom c'est Maxo Dicas.
Good morning. My name is Maxo Ducasse.
You're here in 21 CF 6810, charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon.
Ou ici, là, l'an 21 CS 6810, yo chargé ou que du fait qu'on bat on monde avec on arme
Thank you.
mortelle.
I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you, sir.
Moi, pour appointer office défendeur public là, pour yo capable représenter au monsieur.
There is probable cause in this case.
Gayon cause probable dans cas ça.
Ma'am, do you wish to testify?
Madame, est-ce que vous voulez témoigner?
Pour raison, pour qui raison?
For what reason?
You don't have to, but you came to court today, and I want to know if you'd like to talk to me.
Ou pas obligé, mais on vient dans cour jodi, moi ta me connaît, est-ce qu'on besoin parler ensemble avec moi?
Oh oui.
Yes.
All right, please raise your right hand to be sworn.
S'il vous plaît, levez mes doigts tout pour sermenter.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Est-ce qu'on sermente que témoignage qu'on parle bail là, c'est la vérité, toute la vérité, dans nos bon Dieu?
Oui.
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Go ahead.
S'il vous plaît, dis non pour record là.
Felita Damas.
Felita Damas.
Just one moment. Madam Interpreter, please advise Mr. Ducasse to look at the judge and not at the witness.
Monsieur Ducasse, s'il vous plaît, gardez juge là, pas gardez témoin.
Thank you. Madam Prosecutor, you may ask your questions.
Madame prosecuteur capable poser question là.
Are you afraid of Mr. Ducasse?
Est-ce qu'on peut Monsieur Ducasse?
Oui, living femme peli. Living femme peli en pile.
Yes, I'm afraid of him. He made me afraid of him a lot.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Nous pas gen l'autre question, juge.
Does the defense wish to inquire?
No, Your Honor.
Est-ce que défense là voulait faire une inquiry? No.
Thank you, ma'am.
Merci, madame.
Your Honor, as it pertains to bond,
I think you need to get closer to the microphone so the interpreter can hear you.
I'm gonna come over here, because this one, I don't know why.
Thank you.
As it pertains to bond, he does qualify for pretrial release. I would just point to the fact that there's two different stories here. He claims she's the aggressor. She claims he is. There were no marks on her neck of the alleged knife incident. So if you aren't inclined to place him on straight pretrial release, I would just ask for pretrial release and a low monetary bond, Your Honor. Seems that he has no criminal history.
I apologize, Your Honor. I was not able to get everything that was said. It was.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, you got to do it shorter sentences.
Your Honor, I would ask that you place him on pretrial release.
OK. Donc, juge m'a demandé pour mettre li pour yo laguer li avant jugement.
There are two different accounts of what happened that day.
Il y a deux comptes rendus différents de ça qui t'est passé jour ça.
And as far as the alleged knife, there were no marks on the victim's neck.
Donc, quand il s'agit de couteau que yo allégé, hein, pas de aucune marque le coup victime allégé.
Or bruising on the neck from the knife, the alleged knife that was involved.
Pas de aucune marque qui t'est sorti le coup allégé. Pas de aucune marque qui t'est passé de qui t'est sorti le couteau.
And I would just ask that if if you are not inclined to place him on straight pretrial release.
Et puis moi t'a demandé si que ou pas capable mettre li pour yo laguer li avant jugement.
That you place him on pretrial release with a low monetary bond.
Et que ou mette li sous pour laguer li avant jugement avec un bon qui pas coûter un pile cob.
Based on the lack of criminal history.
Basé sur le fait que li pas gagne une histoire criminelle.
What says the state as to pretrial release?
We'd ask for a bond and pretrial release.
Ça c'est lundi.
I'm sorry, we'd ask for a bond and pretrial release.
N'a demandé pour un bon le jugement avant le laguer avant jugement.
Thank you. Sir, at this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release
Merci. Donc monsieur kounya moi pour la météo pour yo laguer ou avant jugement.
and require that you post a monetary bond
Mon pour demander pour bailler un bon l'argent.
However, based on the attorney's arguments today, I'll reduce the amount of that monetary bond to $2,500.
Donc mais je dis en accordance avec ça que avocat dit m'a réduit le montant bon pour $2,500.
While on pretrial release, you may not have any contact at all with the victim or her daughter. Do you understand?
Pendant que ou yo lagué ou avant jugement, ou pas supposé gagner aucun contact du tout avec victime nan, ni avec petite fille là. Est-ce que vous comprenez?
Oui.
Yes.
You can't possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition.
Ou pas capable gagner aucun zam. Ou pas capable gagner aucun arme armée ni aucune ammunition.
I'll order you must maintain a separate residence, and I will allow you to return one time with law enforcement to gather your belongings.
Ou supposé retirer l'autre côté, pour le permettre ou pour retourner une seule fois avec un membre la police pour capable joindre pour capable chercher ça gen lan kay la.
You cannot coordinate that return with the victim. Do you understand that?
Ou pas capable coordonner pour aller chercher bagay yo avec victime nan. Est-ce que comprendre ça?
Oui.
Yes.
Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Est-ce que y a aucune autre condition que state l'a demandé?
All right, good luck. Good luck, ma'am. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Bonne chance, madame. Merci du fait que vous venez.
Okay, merci.
All right, thank you.
Madam Interpreter, I have one more case in need of your assistance.
Okay, no problem, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sir, please tell me your name.
Monsieur, s'il vous plaît, dis-moi non.
Jean-Simon Alliot.
Jean-Simon Alliot.
In 21 MM 231, you're here charged with battery, domestic violence, and violation of a domestic violence injunction.
Donc, le cas 2M231, vous êtes chargé de violence domestique avec BAT et puis violation de violence domestique injonction.
There is probable cause in this case.
Gagne un cas probable dans cas ça.
I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Mon poil appointer un défendeur public là office là pour capable représenter ou.
Does the state object to pretrial release in this case?
No, Your Honor.
Est-ce que state là gagne objection pour laguer avant jugement dans cas ça?
No, Your Honor, we would just ask to follow or abide by any injunctions.
Nous seulement demander pour lui respecter toute injonction que yo ba yo.
Sir, at this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release.
Donc, monsieur Poukounian, moi pour le placer ou pour yo laguer ou avant jugement.
With special conditions, you cannot have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Avec en condition spéciale, ou pas supposé gen aucun contact avec victime nan. Est-ce qu'on comprend qui ça vle dire aucun contact?
Oui.
Yes.
Vous pas parler avec elle.
No talking to her.
Yes, sir. You cannot possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition.
Ou pas capable posséder une arme, une arme à feu ou bien munition.
I'll order you must maintain a separate residence, and I will allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings.
Ou supposé arrêter en l'autre côté, m'a permettre ou retourner dans la une seule fois avec un moun la police pour qu'elle chercher affaire.
Là, c'est quand même. Est-ce qu'il y a une possibilité pour me rester là-dedans? Moun qui parle là-dedans. Moun qui là-dedans, c'est pas Kyle, c'est Kyle.
Your Honor, I didn't hear the first part of what he said. Could I ask him to repeat, please?
Yes, please do.
Est-ce que vous êtes capable de répéter ça, s'il vous plaît, monsieur, m'attendez?
Moi, dis Kyle, là, moi, j'étais là-dedans, dans une chambre séparée avec mon nom. C'est petit, moi pas l'autre côté pour m'aller, c'est dans Kyle, moi, pour m'aller. J'ai une clé chambre, moi. Donc, c'est moi de victime, c'est pas lui qui est victime.
So the house, I don't have anywhere else to go. I have a separate room. I have the keys to my room. He has a separate key. It's my child, and the child is not the victim. I am the victim. I don't have anywhere else to go.
Do you have other children or family members here, sir?
Est-ce qu'on a l'autre petit ou bien l'autre membre de la famille ici, monsieur?
Oui.
Yes.
I think you'll have to contact them. Since the victim is not in court here today, I can't allow you to return back to that residence.
Donc, moi, crois que vous avez bien pour contacter eux. Puisque victime n'a pas là, je dis, en l'encote là, moi, pas capable de permettre pour retourner dans le
Based on the probable cause affidavit, Ms. George, I could have him screened for mental health pretrial release.
Basé. I'm sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Based on the probable cause affidavit, I could have him screened for mental health pretrial release. I'm asking his attorney for her thoughts.
OK, donc, basé sur santé mentale, moi, capable de demander pour laguer l'avant jugement. Demander avocat qui ça le penser de ça.
Your Honor, I would just ask for pretrial release. It's really hard to get on mental health pretrial release, and he's going to have to sit here for them to screen him a little longer. I would just ask that he's to continue taking all of his medications that are prescribed.
Donc, juge très difficile pour nous gagner laguer avant jugement pour santé mentale. Moi seulement demandé pour yo laguer li avant jugement et puis pour li prendre médicament li.
One moment, I'd like the attorneys to approach.
Un moment d'aimer pour avocat yo venir avancer.
You're walking way too fast.
All right, thank you for that pause.
So, Your Honor, I am going to ask that he's screened for mental health pretrial release, and if he does not qualify, he's placed on regular pretrial release in this case.
Ok, donc, juge m'a pas demandé pour yo faire un screening, pour yo mettre sur pretrial release pour santé mentale. S'il pas qualifié, m'a demandé pour yo laguer avant jugement normal.
All right, thank you, Ms. George. I will order that he be screened for mental health pretrial release.
Thank you,
Merci, Ms. George, m'a pas ordonner pour yo screener li, pour yo laguer avant jugement pour santé mentale.
What that means, sir, is we have a program that upon release, they might be able to help you find some resources.
Donc ça veut dire, monsieur, nous avons un programme côté que les laguer yo capable de joindre de trois ressources.
But first, you have to be screened to see if you qualify.
Mais d'abord, yo supposé checker ou pour yo capable voir si yo qualifié.
If you don't qualify for that program, I'm still going to release you on pretrial release, which means you do not have to post a monetary bond.
Donc si yo pas qualifié, m'a toujours laguer ou avant jugement, donc ça veut dire que ou pas besoin pour qualifier pour yo laguer ou sous bon pour bailler l'argent.
Do you understand?
Vous comprenez?
Yes.
All right. And all of the same conditions apply on mental health pretrial release or straight pretrial release, sir.
Et puis c'est même condition qui est appliquée. Ni laguer avant jugement pour santé mentale ou bien laguer avant jugement normal.
Good luck.
Bonne chance.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Interpreter. I believe that's all we have for you this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you for using our service. Bye-bye.
All right, now is there anything further before court is in recess?
No, Your Honor.
We're in recess.
Mrs. Davis was talking about that earlier. Denise, can we pull some cases for statewide? They already know.
I don't have a problem.
Okay, they already know. Okay. What is-
first, so we don't lose them at 12,
Okay.
and then we'll jump on whatever we got going on.
I don't know what's on.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Laura Bretaña, Spanish interpreter. The interpreter has already been sworn.
This is Diane. Good morning. This is Judge Bain calling from the BRC. I need your assistance with 3 cases this morning. The first case I have is 2021 CF 6828. The next case I have is 2021 CF 6193. And the next case I have is 2019 CF 2126 AO.
Thank you.
And what, this? That's only one. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
José Enrique Benavides Montero.
Jose Enrique Montero.
Sir, you are here in case 2021 CF 6828 AO on charge of burglary of a dwelling with a solid barrier in and petty theft.
They reviewed the charging affidavit. In this case, they did find probable cause for your arrest. State, what are you asking me to do as to count one of the charging affidavit?
No, they're just setting a bond, Your Honor. We asked for a higher bond, though.
Mr. Montero, the court's going to set your bond at count one in the amount of $15,000. Count two, $100. Condition of your bond is that you are not to return to the scene of the location where this incident happened. You had no contact with the victims in this case. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have, you need to return to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir.
15,000, 15,000
Yes, sir.
for one bison?
Well, not for that. The charge you're facing is punishable by life in prison. So, yes, that's the reason why this bond is $15,000.
Oh my God.
I know. Have a great day, sir.
Vida. Oh my God, I don't know.
Live? I don't know.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Edgardo Javier de León Santiago.
Edgardo Javier de León Santiago.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 6193 AO on a charge of fleeing attempt to elude law enforcement with high speed or disregard, reckless driving, abuse or misuse of a temporary tag to avoid registration, and no motor vehicle registration. The judge signing a warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond at count one amount of $2,000, count two $100, count three $100, and count four $100. Condition of the bond is you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid registration or driver's license. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Brian O'Neill Ortiz Reyes. O'Neill Ortiz Reyes.
Brian O'Neill Reyes.
Sir, you're here in case 2019 CF 2126 AO for violation of probation. The judge signing your warrant in this case is signed your bond at no bond. The bond is going to remain at no bond. We want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. I thank you, Madam Interpreter. I think that was my last case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Which cases do you need, Madam Statewide? You got all those off? You got all of
I'll
those?
start with Arguello.
You got a list? It's like you got a list in your hand. Can you get a list of Madam Clerk?
There's no list, Judge.
Oh, like you were reading something, so I was like,
I have the.
oh, okay.
So I just want to alphabetical order. Arguello's first. Arguello, Jacqueline. Okay. Then it's Melendez Opio. Oh, let me Figueres.
Figueres will be next.
I'm sorry, I lied. Well, Jim, but Figueres.
Melendez Figueres with an Figueres. Eric, first name?
Figueres.
Yes.
And then Melendez Opio. M-E-L, Melendez. Oh, you got that one? And then last one is Rames, R-H-A-M-E-S. First name, Christina. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Anybody can put your name on the record for the court reporter.
Sure, Ashley Wright on behalf of statewide prosecution.
All right. Y'all got, I'll go.
It's just that.
Yeah.
And you want those next?
Yeah, all those four. All right. You ready for me to start, or you need to wait? Okay. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Antonio Washington.
That's not who I'm looking for. I'm looking for Arguero. All right, there we go. All right, that's case 2021 CF 6850AO. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent her in this matter. You want to waive her appearance, Ms. George?
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, she was arrested on charges of selling and delivery of cocaine, conspiracy to sell and deliver unlawful use of a two-way communication device. The judge has already found probable cause for her arrest. Once her bonds are set on her warrant, condition her bonds to not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, may have any contact with any witnesses or co-defendants in her case. That was 21 CF 6850. All right. And I have Figueroa as the next person. Yeah, my God. What? Next, you gotta let me know if you scared of anybody back there. If I need to do them first.
What's that, Judge?
You scared of anybody back there? I gotta do them first?
Not today.
Not today? All right.
Not today. We're good today.
It didn't look like it when I was going through the packet. I didn't identify. Yeah. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Eric Figueres.
Mr. Figueres, you're here in case 2021 CF 6853AO on charges of delivery of a controlled substance within 1,000 feet of in a specific area, delivery of delivery of controlled substance within 1,000 feet, delivery of a controlled substance within 1,000 feet of convenience business, delivery of controlled substance within 1,000 feet of convenience business, sell delivery of fentanyl, conspiracy to sell, deliver heroin, unlawful use of two-way communication device. The judge signing your warrant has already found probable cause for your arrest. Your bonds will remain as set in the amount of $10,000 on counts 1, 2, 3, and 4 on each one of those counts. The amount of $7,500 on counts 5, 6, and then $1,000 on count 7. Condition of your bond that you're not allowed to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Not allowed to not have any contact with any witnesses or co-defendants from your case. Want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, you are out on bond in case 2020 CF 13586AO. The court's going to revoke that bond, set a new bond at $0. Have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Pedro Juan Melendez Opio.
Mr. Melendez, is it Opino?
Opio.
Opio. Mr. Melendez Opio, you're here in case 2021 CF 6849AO on charges of selling and delivery of cocaine, conspiracy to sell and deliver cocaine, unlawful use of two-way communication device, and possession of a place or structure for the purposes of trafficking in a controlled substance. The judge signing your warrant in your case has already found probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond at count 1, amount of $15,000. Count 2, $7,500. Count 3, $1,000. Count 4, $1,000. Condition of your bond that you not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You may not have any contact with any witnesses or co-defendants from your case. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir. Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Stanley Rains.
Ms. Rames, you're here in case 2021 CF 6590AO in charge of a delivery of controlled substance within 1,000 feet in counts 1 and 2. Conspiracy to deliver or sell heroin in count 3. In count 4, selling delivery of fentanyl. Count 5, selling delivery of heroin. A judge has already found probable cause for your arrest by signing an arrest warrant in your case. We're going to set your bonds in your warrant in the amount of $10,000 on counts 1 and 2. I'm going to say your bond in count 3 and 4 in the amount of counts 3, 4, and 5 in the amount of $7,500 on each count. Condition your bond that you may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. May not have any contact with any witnesses or co-defendants from your cases. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Have a great day. All right. Well, I got Mr. Washington here. I might as well, you going to? Yeah, I mean, he's standing right there, so I might as well knock him out. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Antonio Washington.
Mr. Washington, you're here in case 2020 CF 10293AO on charges of lewd and lascivious molestation of a child under the age of 12 years old. State, what are you asking me to do as to the bond amounts in this case?
May have a moment, I believe you charged it as an F1, non-PBL. Let me just double check.
I was trying to look it up. I had 800.045B.
May have one moment, Your Honor.
But if you charged over the age of 12, then you can.
Yeah, we have an F1 child charges 800.04 sub 5 sub B.
Yep.
So he's entitled to a bond. We'd ask for a high bond. It's not a PBL.
Yeah, when I looked up 800.04, because I would double check, sub 5 sub B said it was a life offense. So I want to make sure that.
Okay. I'm looking at the information that we actually.
Yeah. Double check. And the bond on the warrant is $25,000. All right, sub 5B. Says an offender 18 years of the age or older commits a lewd and lascivious molestation against a victim less than the age of 12 years, commits a life felony, punishable by providing for the statute 775.082 sub 3 sub A sub 4. But if you're not looking for me to hold him no bond, I just want to make sure that we're clear about what the law says.
I mean, that's what it said. I mean, I went back and read the statute too. It shows it's a PBL, but then on the information, it doesn't. Based on that, Your Honor, we'd ask for a severely high bond.
All right.
No contact, no weapons, no firearms, no drugs, no alcohol.
Yeah.
No contact less than
No
18 years, any minors less than 18 years of age.
All right, Mr. Washington, I'm going to set your bond in this case amount of $50,000, conditioning your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim.
And I think he wants to ask a question. Can I
Yeah, you can answer his question. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. May not have any contact or no unsupervised contact with any child under the age of 18 years old. Condition on his bond as well. He must maintain, if you're on child support for this child, you need to maintain financial support for this child and whatever means that you need to do that. But you can't have any contact with her. We want to appoint a public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Gabriel Lee Borsinas.
So you're here in case 2021 CF 6798AO on charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, fleeing attempt to elude law enforcement, resisting officer without violence, resisting officer with violence, and possession of methamphetamine. Going to set your bond on count 1, amount of $150. Count 2, going to set your bond amount of $1,500. Count 3, and going to set your bond amount of $150. Count 4, going to set your bond amount of $1,500. And count 5, we're going to set your bond amount of $150.
Your Honor, state had no objection to ROR PC as to count 3.
Which one? The
Resisting with, I'm sorry, count 4, resisting with violence, not the without violence.
read it.
I didn't see any resisting with
Hold on.
violence.
Wait a second. I believe, let me see. Who's running away from on the bike? This is Barcinas. Sorry. All right, as to count 4, the court of RRUS to that count, find no probable cause. You're also hearing case 2021 CF 6851AO on charges of burglary of conveyance, criminal mischief, and petty theft as a count. I believe that was a warrant. And the warrant judge signed a warrant in that case, finding probable cause for your arrest. Gonna set your bond in count 1 amount of $5,000, count 2 in the amount of $250, and count 3 in the amount of $250. No contact with any witnesses or victims in that case. No return to the scene, the location where that incident happened. No weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And you may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You're out on bond in case 2020 CF 1632AO, as well as 2021 CF 1586AO. In those cases, the court's going to revoke those bonds. Going to set new bonds at $0 in those cases.
Yeah.
Going to appoint a public defender to represent you in your cases.
I just missed the bond on 1, 2, and 3.
Which one? Which case? You got TS2 case.
First case.
And 6898?
Yes.
6798?
Yes.
6798, 150, 1,500, 150, ROR, and 100.
Last count is 150.
Sorry, 150, I'm sorry, 150, I apologize. Last count's 150. Yep, count 4 is ROR. Your friends want to hang out with Judge Gibson and don't want to hang out with me. See how it is. See what happened this morning? Were you here this morning? Oh, so people come to visit. I was like, man. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, sir. My name is Billy Diggs.
Mr. Diggs, you're here in case 2017 CF 8248BO for a violation of probation. Judge signed a warrant in this case, set your bond at no bond. Bonds remain as set. Will appoint a public defender to represent you in this matter. I think this is just the probation has designated him as a high-risk sex offender. All right. Appoint a public defender to represent Mr. Diggs, correct?
I don't have no public defender.
Yep, standing right next to you, sir.
You just appointed.
I appointed you an attorney. One of them is standing right next to you, represented by Bob Wesley's office. Yes, sir.
Is, do you know how long, it's 7 days till I see the next court case?
You should see Judge Lattimore probably next week sometime.
Is it an actual day or you just?
I don't have the actual date, but usually for violation of probation arraignments, she usually does that twice a week in courtroom 3. So we'll see. You'll probably see Judge Lattimore for your violation of probation arraignment. All right. Have a good day.
How do I find out?
They're probably going to be on your court minutes when you get it.
Yes, sir.
It's hot in here. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Marquand Bryce Lemon.
Mr. Lima, you're here in case 2020 CF 5425AO for out-of-county warrant from Pasco County. The judge in Pasco County set your bond amount of $2,500. Bond's going to remain as set in that case.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Can you repeat that for me, please?
1 second. What's that? I have a pass. Did I get the wrong paperwork? Well, yep, because somebody gave me Tiffany White in this packet and not. I don't even have.
This is Mr. Lemon?
Yep, I got Tiffany White here. I've got a wrong defendant. Let's see, Lemon. Is there a white in there? Maybe got switched. Oh, there we go. There it is. Make sure this is right. Pasco, 250, got 2 lots. Sorry. Did this come out the packet? I don't think All right. Sorry, Mr. Lemon. You are here from a case from Volusia County for an out-of-county warrant. The judge in Volusia County set your bond at no bond in your case. Your bonds remain as set at no bond. Going to appoint a public defender while you're here in our custody. Hoping to get you on to Volusia County as soon as we can. You have a great day, sir.
We also have 2 other.
You got some other ones?
One other.
Brevard, huh? You got some more in there for? Only got his Volusia what I pulled just now.
Your Honor, you probably only had a Volusia one because that was a old case, and then they were supposed to, I guess they brought some more charges up on me in a whole nother county.
Yeah, yep, something happened in Brevard County, I guess, that they're telling me. Ms. Davis, can I just borrow your charging affidavit, whatever you got? Okay. All right, Ms. Lima, you also hear from a case from Brevard County. The judge in Brevard County set your bond at no bond in that case. Bonds remaining set at no bond in that case. Make it a condition in that case you have no contact with any victims or witnesses or victims' families while you are awaiting that case to be transferred to Brevard County.
Did the judge, in Brevard, did he give me no bond? Like,
Yep, no bond. The charges are, I believe, first-degree murder, robbery with a firearm, aggravated assault with a firearm.
So do you think held on no bond on the out-of-county cases, correct?
Yes.
I understand why I'm being held with no bond in Volusia County, but this Brevard, it's a whole new case they just threw on me, so how could he just give me no bond?
Well, the first two charges, one of them is a capital offense, which is life in prison. The other one is punishable by life offense. So they want to see you and talk to you before they consider, and you might want to have a, exercise your right to have a constitutional hearing over there in Brevard County before you, move on and stay here with us, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, have a great day, sir. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Ishmael Alexander Porter.
Sir, you're here in a 2020 CT 580 case from Osceola County. Judge in Osceola County set your bond at no bond. Bonds remain at no bond. We'll get you down to Osceola probably tomorrow at some time or Monday. And not taking any action on your out on bond case here, 2020 CT 105580. All right, have a great day, sir.
You appointed the public defender on that one?
I think he already has one.
Okay.
I was looking at the case earlier. No, I think he already has one in that case. Yeah, it's the same office. Ninth Circuit. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? Well, good afternoon now. Tell me your
Good
name.
afternoon. My name is David. My last name is Dar, D-A-R.
Mr. Dar, you're here in case 2021 MM3965AW on charges of misuse of a 911 call and resisting officer without violence. Reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Say, were you extending an offer in this case?
We are not.
All right, sir, in this case, I'm gonna stay your bonds as set in the amount of $500 and $100. Condition of bond cannot return to the scene of the location where this incident happened. You're out on bond in case 2021 MM2824AO. I don't think you charged all those. Wait. I don't think you charged all those charges, correct? Did you charge everything?
No, they just filed on the battery, DV, and resisting.
That's what I thought. All right, in that case, sir, I'm going to set your bond in count one in the amount of $5,000, count two in the amount of $1,000, or RRU as to any remaining counts. Condition of your bond in those cases, you not have any contact with the victim in that case, maintain a separate residence in that case. No weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in your matter. You have a great day, sir.
Wait, I gotta pay this 4 times? I gotta pay 4 times? I see 4 different numbers on there. I'm very confused. I see
All right, well,
500,
you have-
100.
You have a
What
new
do I
case.
owe
Listen,
today?
Listen.
Yeah,
You seem like you got a problem by reading that
I
affidavit.
don't have no
Listen.
problem. I need clarity.
I'm trying to clarify for you if you listen. Stop talking. You have a new case. I gave you bonds on your new case, 500, 100. You have an old case where you violate, like it's probable cause that you violated the law. Instead of holding you in jail and no bond,
What is that old case? I don't even know what that is.
you're charged with domestic violence battery, resisting officer without violence. You should have been seeing Judge Wayne Shoemaker about that case by now.
I missed that court date by accident.
You must not have missed it because he didn't issue a warrant for your arrest.
I missed the court date.
It's not a warrant.
Well,
You understand? So since there's probable cause for violating the law, I have in my discretion to either to revoke your old bonds, either give you new bonds or hold you at no bond.
today, I'm sorry. I'm
Now,
sorry.
I'm giving you new bonds.
I'm sorry. I apologize. What do I have to do to get out of here today?
You got to pay the bonds that are set in there. You need to continue to have no contact with the victim in your domestic violence
There's 4
case.
bonds. I got to pay all of them today?
Yes, if you want to get out of jail. I can hold you at no bond if you just want to stay here with me.
No, I don't. So I got to pay $6,600 today to get out.
If you want to pay cash, or you can use a bondsman, it's up to you.
Who's a bondsman? Who's that? Huh? Who's a bondsman? I don't know the bondsman. Who's that? I don't got, I mean,
I think your
I don't
attorney-
got this
your attorney
cash
can
on
help
me
you
right
with
now.
that.
I don't got this cash. Who's a bondsman? Who do I talk to?
It's a whole list of people downstairs they can get you a number to, all right? And a whole bunch of people back there. There's all they talking about back there, I'm quite sure.
All right, so I got to call them today and work out a deal with them?
If you want to get out. unless you
I want to
hang
get
with me.
out. That's what I'm saying. How do I get out? I can't pay this today. I can't pay this today. I can't pay this today, but I want to get out.
I just do it just in case, some down. I just double. More than once. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Gabriel Irizarry Cuadrado. Good morning.
Good morning. You are here, sir, in case 2021 MM3941AO on charge of loitering and filing. They reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. State, were you trying to resolve this case?
Mr. Irizarry?
Yes, ma'am.
No, Your Honor.
All right, sir, I'm going to stay your bonds in this case, I believe at 500, correct? 250? Stay your bond at 250 in this case, condition your bond not allowed to return to the scene of the location. However, you're out on bond in two Osceola County cases, first one being 2020 CF 3644AO. Next one being 2021 CF 1086AO. In those cases, going to revoke those bonds. Said new bonds at $0 in those cases.
Question.
Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in your new case. All right, ask Ms. George a question first before you talk to me. All right, Ms. Irizarry, I got to get to all the gentlemen behind you. All right, thank you, have a great day. Good morning, sir. Oh, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Afternoon, sir. My name is Jason Mojica Rivera.
What I had Miss Oh. It's getting me up here, man. It's getting me up here. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. You're here in case 2021 MM3897AO on a charge of trespassing a structure for arraignment. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Represented by the Public Defender's Office, Ms. George, was there an offer that you want to enter on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor, the offer is an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return, and we're going to enter a plea of no contest.
Mr. Mojica Rivera, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You put your hand down. So you're here in case 2021 MM 3897AO on charge of trespassing a structure, second-degree misdemeanor, punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Ms. George is telling me you want to enter a plea of no contest. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to be waiving all the rights outlined on that plea form that's sitting in front of you.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation?
Yes, sir.
Do the parties stipulate to a factual basis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sure.
Based on that stipulation, the court will find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest, finds your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the 40 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 40 days credit time served. The court calls the cost of prosecution in this case are $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and a $50 public defender lien. I make those costs payable directly to the clerk within 2 years of today's date. You got 30 days from today's date to pay, you got 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment sentence in writing. You understand that?
Yes, sir. I understand it.
All right, have a great day, sir.
Thank you very much. Have a great one.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Shane Massam.
Mr. Massam, you're here in case 2021 MM 3960AO on charge of trespass on property after warning. Did review the charging affidavit. In this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Say was there an offer that you extended to Mr. Massam?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, credit for time served, no return.
All right. Mr. Massam, do you want to accept the state's offer of adjudication of guilt credit time, sir?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You put your hand down. Sir, you are here in case 2021 MM 3960AO for a charge of trespass on property after warning. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
No contest.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're waiving all the rights outlined on the plea form that's placed in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
Absolutely not.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to being deported from this country.
Of course.
I did have opportunity to view your charging affidavit, so I did find a factual basis contained therein. I accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court cost of prosecution in this case are $273. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Cover your face, button up. All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name? Sir, Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM113 AE on charge of possession of alcohol by a person under the age of 21. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. State was going to offer you extended to Mr. Richardson.
We have not, but he probably will qualify for a diversion on that charge.
Are you extending that now, or is that?
No, I won't extend it now.
All right.
I mean, I can, if he wants to, review the video that's online on the state attorney's website, should be able to.
What can't, I was gonna say, I don't know if he has the capacity to do that today or something.
Exactly, that's why I said, he
Oh,
can,
okay.
he can get a certificate and then he can present it to the state.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not gonna make an offer for the case.
All right. And you guess you're asking me not to take any action on this case. He's out on bond, though.
Correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Richardson, you're 20 years old, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's going on with you, my man. That you decided late in your life to start acting like a little juvenile. But I'm gonna say your bond of $500. We're not gonna take any. You may not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription as condition of your bond. Against my better judgment, I'm going to not take any action on your out on bond case. But don't come back and forth in front of me, my man.
Sure.
You're gonna be hanging out here at the jail for a while, all right?
Sure.
Have a great day.
Your Honor, did you appoint us?
Yes, I'm appointing public defender, sorry, to represent Mr. Richardson. All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Aaron Salters.
Mr. Salters, you're here in case 2021 MM3635AO on charges of battery. The judge signed your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. Going to say your bond amount of $1,000, no contact with the victim in this case, no return to the scene, the location where the incident happened. You have a great day, sir.
Yes, for no weapons or firearms.
Sorry, no weapons, sorry again, Mr. Salters. No weapons, no firearms, and weapons and firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You understand that? All right, have a great day. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Robert McGrew.
Mr. McGrew, you're here for a failure to appear warrant in 2021 CO 404AO with the underlying charge of solicitation. State was or offer on behalf of the county.
Yes, Your Honor, adjudication due to credit for time served.
All right, Mr. McGrew, do you want to accept the county's offer of adjudication of guilt, credit time served?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, raise your right hand and be sworn in. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you're here in case 2021 CO 404AO on a charge of solicitation without a permit as a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's sitting right in front of you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, Your Honor.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, could subject you to deportation?
Yes, Your Honor.
I reviewed the notice to appear in this case. I did find a factual basis contained therein, so I accept your plea of no contest. Find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. The court cost adjusted $223, correct? It's $223 in court costs. I'll make that payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You got 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment, sentence, in writing. You have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, sir. Edwin Joaquin Bermudez.
Mr. Bermudez, you're here in case 2021 CF 6831AO on charge of petty theft in count 1, resisting officer without violence in count 2, and burglary of a conveyance in count 3. I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bonds in counts 1 and 2 in the amount of $100. Count 3, you're going to set your bond amount of $3,500. Condition of your bond that you do not return to the scene, the location of this incident, had no contact with any victims or witnesses in this case. May not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir.
Excuse me, sir, real quick. Pre-trial diversion did say I might be, I might qualify. It would be up to you for pre-trial diversion.
Pre-trial release?
Pre-trial release, excuse me, yes, sir.
What I had said no, unless Ms. Davis has something that says yes.
I don't believe he was interviewed.
He was interviewed.
Yes, ma'am.
But it still says you don't qualify. Sorry.
Yeah. I see prior violations of probation, failure to appear.
If I could be.
If they recommended it.
Yeah.
But they didn't recommend it.
Who didn't recommend it?
Who interviewed you?
Yeah, I guess the total determination based on the totality of your phase sheet says you would not be a good candidate for pretrial release in this case.
And they left it into your hands, sir. If you could please recommend that I be released on pretrial. I do have a job. I have a place to live. And this case is almost.
Well, my conditions are this.
Yes, sir.
When I'm looking at this phase sheet, I see a failure to appear from early this year. I see prior violations of probation. Pretrial release is not for those type of things, like when you have those kind of things on your record. Unless I'm trying to protect the victim, like in a DV case or something like that, you need extra supervision. It's not just pretrial release is not for that. For people that have prior criminal histories, don't qualify under the statute according to where my reading of the law. All right. So have a great day, sir. Sir. 100, 3,500. Yes, ma'am, this is a standard bond amount. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Gregory Best, sir.
Mr. Best, you're here in case 2021 CF 6587AO on charges of driver on license suspended, habitual traffic offender. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. I'm sorry, there's a warrant in this case signed by a judge finding probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bond in case amount of $1,500. Addition your bond, you're not allowed to operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm not going to take any action in case 2020 CF 15081AO.
Sir, may I ask a question? On the other bond, am I still gonna stay on that bond, the first bond?
I'm going to let you stay on the bond.
Okay.
The only reason why you did, because you stayed at the scene of the accident, you didn't run away. That's the only reason why you're still going to be let out.
So I can bond out today.
You can bond out today.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Travis Chance Britton.
Mr. Britton, you're here in case 2021 CF 6830AO for charge of possession of cocaine. Did review the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bond in this case amount of $1,000. Condition on your bond that you're not allowed to possess any controlled substance without a valid prescription or any alcohol without a valid prescription. You may not return to the scene of the location where this incident happened. You may not associate yourself with any known drug dealers or drug users. And you're subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. You're out on bond in case 2021 CF 6555AO. In that case, I'm going to revoke that bond. I'm going to set a new bond amount of $5,000. Conditions, they're all the same conditions. No return to the scene, no contact, no drugs, no alcohol. Without a valid prescription, you're subject to random drug and alcohol testing. You may not associate with any known drug dealers or drug users. Want to appoint a public defender to represent you in both cases. Have a great day, sir. Good Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Michael Campana, sir.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 6445 AO on the charges of first-degree murder with a firearm, conspiracy to commit a home invasion robbery with a firearm, solicitation to commit a home invasion robbery, false information to law enforcement during the investigation. The judge signing your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. Say what you ask him to do as a count one.
Hold the defendant at no bond based on, the punishable life.
Well, it's capital offense. Count one.
Your Honor, we reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing.
All right. Mr. Campana, I'm going to hold you at no bond as a count one in this case. Count two, going to set your bond at an amount of $250,000. Count three, $250,000. Count four, I'm going to stay your bond amount of $500. Condition of your bond, not allowed to have any contact with any witness victims' families or any of your co-defendants in this case. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You may not return to the scene of the location where this incident happened. I think I already appointed a public defender to represent Mr. Campana, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stay, were you asking for any other release conditions? Right. And you're on probation in, what is this? Volusia County, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, say you asked me to take any action on that case? Even though he's now a violent felon offender special concern?
Can you have a no bond on this case, Your Honor?
And Volusia County has already placed a teletype holding him.
All right, so maybe I'll see you tomorrow for that.
Yes, sir.
All right, have a good day, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Juan Jose Casanova.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 6833AO on charge of driver license suspended his habitual traffic offender. They reviewed the charging affidavit. In this case, found probable cause for your arrest. They're going to set your bond amount of $2,500. Additionally, your bond is not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
John Linton, Chancellor.
Mr. Chancellor, you're here in case 2019 CF 12788AO for a violation of pretrial release conditions. The judge signed your warrant in your case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to stay at no bond. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Or do you already have an attorney under this case?
I'm pretty sure I have an attorney.
But did you hire a private attorney or did you get a public
Private
defender?
attorney. I'm dealing with the same case. I'm going to court on the 23rd, and I think this is part of the pretrial release.
Yep. So who's your attorney on that case?
Scott Richardson, sir.
All right, so make sure you get in contact with Mr. Richardson and let him know that you're here at the Orange County Jail.
He got me transferred from another county.
Okay.
And when I spoke to him, when my mother spoke to him yesterday, she said that he was aware of the warrant. I'm not sure if he was supposed to be here today, but I know we have court on the 23rd.
I didn't have anything for him, right? Mr. Richardson wasn't appearing? All right. I didn't have any note that he didn't contact my office, let him know, saying that he was going to appear, and he's not in my courtroom, so I will make sure to call him, let you know you're here, and so you can get on with your cases, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have a great day. So I'm not going to appoint a public defender to represent him. We're chilling. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, Jackson Charles.
Mr. Charles, you're here in case 2021 CF 6852AO on charges of first-degree murder. They reviewed the warrant and signed by the judge that already found probable cause for your arrest. state what you asking me to do to Mr. Charles?
I don't believe based on the charge, he is not entitled to a bond. We, the defendant, should continue to be held at no bond, no contact with any victims, witnesses, or anyone else related to the case.
Alright.
No weapons, no firearms.
I'm appointing a public defender representing Mr. Charles. Ms. George, what do you ask me?
Your Honor, we reserve the right to have an Arthur hearing.
All right. Mr. Charles, at this time, I'm going to hold you at no bond in this case. Additionally, your bond, you're not allowed to have any contact with any victims' families or any other witnesses in this case. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You're not allowed to return to the scene, the location where this incident happened. All right. Have a great day, sir.
Oh, he has an attorney, Your Honor.
Oh,
I think she just.
sir? Apologize for that. Can you put your name on the record, ma'am?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Chelsea Simmons. I was just called this morning and haven't had a chance to talk with Mr. Charles. But if is the state requesting?
Yeah, the state's asked me to hold him at no bond. Ms. George didn't ask me to find proof of evident presumption great. She just said she wanted to reserve her right to have an Arthur hearing. I didn't know if that was another different strategy you wanted to deploy at this time.
Your Honor, if we could.
You have a moment to talk to Mr. Charles?
For a moment.
Yep. We can hold Mr. Charles for a minute. Just hold Mr. Charles, give him a chance to talk to him, see if you want to change any of that. All right. Have a good day. Yep. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Larry Chase.
Mr. Chase, you're here in case 2021 CF 6841AO on charge of possession of cocaine. They reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. They find probable cause for your arrest and want to release you on pretrial release in this case. Conditions of your pretrial release that you're not allowed to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir.
Yes.
On cause refused court.
All right, this case 2021 CF 6819AO. Mr. Cobb, going to appoint the public defender to represent him.
Your Honor, we'll waive the appearance.
All right, he's here on charge of burglary and conveyance. Did find probable cause after reviewing the charging affidavit. Going to stay his bond amount of $3,500. Condition of his bond, no return to the scene, no contact with any victims or witnesses, no weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms he has need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
James Donald Fournier.
Mr. Fournier, you're here in case 2021 CF 6840AO on charges of possession of controlled substance. They reviewed the charging affidavit in this case. Did find probable cause for his arrest. Going to set your bond in this case amount of $500. Condition your bond, no drugs, no alcohol. You subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Gabrielle Garn.
Ms. Garney, here in case 2021 CF 6079AO on charges of selling and delivery of alprazolam. The judge signed your warrant. In this case, set your bond amount of $15,000. Bond remain as set in that case. Condition on your bond, not allowed to possess any drugs, alcohol without a valid prescription. Not allowed to return to the scene of the location where this incident happened. Say, seeing Ms. Garnes on probation in Seminole County, does you want me to take any action towards her probation?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am. You can bond out, but Seminole County is probably gonna come pick you up right away. So,
Okay, what address was that at, that I'm not allowed to return to?
let's see. The warrant says this is where the drug deal happened. Yeah, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, you're at a treatment center. Were you ordered to go to this treatment center by your Seminole County judge?
Are you talking about the,
New Seasons Treatment Center.
yeah, I dosed there,
Say again?
methadone.
That's where you,
Yeah, it's prescription.
It's a method.
all right, yeah, no, so I'll strike your return, I'll strike the no return. So I can't make you choose where you want to get your drug treatment, but,
So after this, I'm going straight to Seminole County now?
no, state didn't ask me to take any action, so we gotta wait for Seminole, you can bond out, but Seminole County's gonna probably issue a warrant for your arrest, or they're
Yeah,
gonna
for the
find an
VOP.
on-view violation of your probation.
Okay.
All right.
So after this, I'm getting transported back to Seminole now?
I'm not sure.
am I waiting
I'm not
for
sure
a
if you have to
court
deal
date
with this
for
case first, or how they're gonna do it. I can't promise you how that's gonna work out. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Isaiah Gonzalez, sir.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, you're here in case 2021 CF 6826AO on charge of grand theft motor vehicle. Reviewed the charging affidavit, did find probable cause for your arrest. We're going to release you on pretrial release in this case. Condition your pretrial release, no contact with any victims, witnesses, or co-defendants in this case. That includes the passenger in this car. May not return to the scene of location where your incident happened. May not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jesus Gonzalez Rivera.
Mr. Gonzalez Rivera, you're here in case 2020 CF 9807AO on a failure to appear warrant. Judge signed your failure to appear warrant, set your bond amount of $5,000. Bond's gonna remain at $5,000. Have a great day, sir. Does he already have public? All right, appoint the public defender to represent him. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name? Cover your face. Cover your face. There you go. Tell me your name.
Jamal Henry.
Mr. Henry, you're here in case 2019 CF 15088AO for a violation of pretrial release conditions. The judge signed your warrant in that case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's gonna remain at no bond. I think you already had the public defender assigned to your case, so have a great day, sir. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Amari Hepburn.
Sir, you're here in case 2020 CF 2021AO for charges of burglary of a dwelling, grand theft of a firearm and 2 counts, and grand theft. The judge signed your warrant. In this case, has already found probable cause for your arrest. Gonna say your bonds as set in this case, $15,000 is account one, $5,000 is account two, at 100. Conditions are no return to the scene of the location, no contact with any victims, witnesses, or co-defendants. You cannot possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. This is an old case from 2015.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Which is why.
And he's, I think, serving a DOC sentence right now, I think.
You said this is an old case from 2015?
Yes, sir. I read it, I double checked to make sure like, this looked kind of odd to me, so I looked at the information. The alleged charge, I think, happened in March or May of 2015. Before you even were sent to prison last, like, a couple years ago.
So
Yeah. So after you finish your sentence, you can bond on this case. All right? All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Cortez Jackson.
Mr. Jackson, you're here in case 2021 CF 6825AO on charges of grand theft, providing false identification to law enforcement, and resisting officer without violence. I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to say your bonds is set in amount of 1,500 and 500. Addition of bond, no return to the scene of the location, no contact with any victims or witnesses from that case. No weapons, no firearms, and weapons and firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You're out on community control in case 2020 CF 4905AO, 2020 CF 4132AO, 2020 CF 4907AO, and 2020 CF 4882AO. Be law enforcement file armed due violations of your community control in all those cases. I'm going to stay your bond in those cases in amount of $0. Going to appoint a public defender to represent you in all those matters.
Actually, Your Honor, they were all warrants.
Oh, warrants, okay.
On the case 4132, he has a bond of 10,000.
I'm gonna strike that bond, $0. Have a great day, sir. Dexter, can I get a DV no contact order? Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Edward Jazz Jr.
Mr. James, you're here in case 2021 CF 6688AO on charge of battery and kidnapping. The judge signed your warrant. This case has already found probable cause for your arrest. Say what he asked me to do is to count two of this information. What is on the warrant here?
Count two states and request that you set a bond at $200,000.
All right. Mr. James, this is count one, of course, going to set your bond amount of $5,000. Count two, going to set your bond amount of $200,000. Additionally, your bond is you had no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And this case seems to be DV related. That's why I was looking for a DV order. If you could give me a no contact order for him. Yes, ma'am. One second. Want to appoint the public defender to represent you, Mr. James. Mr. James, can you take a look at that no contact order? Make sure you don't have any questions about it. Got any questions about the order, Mr. James?
Can you repeat that, sir? I
Have
didn't.
any questions about the no contact order?
No, sir.
All right. Have a great day, sir. All right. Got you, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jacob Lambert.
Mr. Lambert, you're here in case 2021 CF 6837AO for possession of MDMA or ecstasy. You're also here in case 2021 MO 677AO for possession of an open container. You reviewed the charging affidavits, did find probable cause for your arrest. As the city wants to resolve cases like this?
Withhold credit for time served.
All right. Mr. Lambert, you can resolve your open container case if you wanted to today with a withhold adjudication of guilt, credit time served. Is that something you want to do? I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Put your hand down. Sir, you're here in case 2021 MO 677AO on charges of an open container. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case today?
Guilty.
Do you understand by entering a plea of guilty that you're waiving your right to have a jury trial in this case? Do you understand you're waiving the right to have an attorney appointed to represent you?
Yes, sir.
You need a break?
I do. Go ahead.
All right. All right. You understand you give the right to challenge the state's evidence, question the state's witnesses, and call witnesses on your behalf?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're waiving your right to remain silent?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're waiving your right to appeal in this case?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Yes, sir. In the past,
What is that mental health illness?
bipolar.
Are you suffering from any of the symptoms of your bipolar?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand if you're not a United States citizen, entering this plea could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. I reviewed the charging affidavit, did find a factual basis for entering your plea. I accept your plea of guilty in this case. Find your plea is freely and voluntary enter. I'll withhold adjudication of guilt. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs in this case are $223. I'll give you 2 years to pay that money directly to the clerk. That's a 2021 CF 6837AO. Want to stay your bond amount of $1,000. Addition your bond, not allowed to possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in that case. Sorry, I will set your bond amount of $1,000. No drugs, no alcohol. Subject to random drug and alcohol testing. And it looks like you have some kind of fugitive warrant that I don't know we got to deal with. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to go and take a 5-minute recess. All right, back on record at the BRC. We're gonna call back up Mr. Charles, 2021 CF 6851AO. Council, put your name on the record one more time.
Chelsea Simmons for Mr. Charles.
All right, Ms. Simmons, did you want to change strategies or keep everything as is?
We can keep it as is. We would ask for we will request a bond motion downtown.
All right. All right. Mr. Bond, Mr. Charles, on my orders stay remaining same. No contact with any victims or witnesses. And no contact with any victims' families, any witnesses and weapons or firearms, no return to the scene. And bond's gonna remain at none until you get down in front of that division judge for a full-blown Arthur hearing, all right? All right, have a great day, sir.
Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name? Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jeffrey Lauer.
Mr. Lauer, you're here in case 2021 CF 5419AO on the charges of battery on a person 65 years or older. You review the charging affidavit, it's a warrant, apologize. There's a warrant in your case signed by a judge already finding probable cause for your arrest. I'm gonna say your bond amount of $5,000, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene of, you should not possess any no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. And no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be determined to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case, sir?
Yes.
You have a great day. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Sean Manley, sir.
All right, Mr. Manley, you're here in case 2021 CF 6834AO for charges of possession of fentanyl, resisting officer without violence, and possession of drug paraphernalia. View the charging affidavit in this case. They find probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bonds as set, amount of $1,100 and $100. Condition your bond, not allowed to possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case, sir. You have a great day.
Excuse me, sir. I didn't hear everything what you said, sir.
I'm staying your bonds is on your charging affidavit, $1,100 and $100. Cannot possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You understand that?
So I got a bill of $300?
Nope. $1,100 and $100. So $1,200.
How much?
$1,200.
It's on the paper.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Jasmine Mole.
Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 CF 6848AO on charges of unlicensed practice of a healthcare professional, entering or remaining a place for the purpose of prostitution in 2 counts and in prostitution in 2 counts. Review the charging affidavit in this case. It did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to release you on pretrial release in this case. Conditions of your pretrial release that you may not return to the scene of this location.
What does that mean? Does that mean I'm being released?
Yep, being released.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Is that it?
No return to the scene of location, no drugs, no alcohol. 1 second. All right. So is there any other conditions you're asking for?
No, Your Honor.
Ma'am, you made $2,000 a week?
I work at
As
a
a-
bar, so I make
As a
tips.
what?
It's a bar.
You work at a bar with tips and things like that?
Yeah.
All right. It's a strip club, I'm guessing, because it says.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, ma'am, you don't qualify for the services of the public defender, so you're gonna have to hire your own attorney to represent you in this case. I don't know what's going on with you, but there's some resources through pretrial release that you may want to take a look at if you're, in a situation that you need some help, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right, have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you, you too.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Michael Reese.
Mr. Reese, can you cover your nose for me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, sir. Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 6829AO on charge of possession of cocaine, petty theft, and resisting officer without violence. I reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bond in count 1, amount of $1,000, count 2, 100, count 3, 100. Condition of your bond that you do not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case? You have a great day, sir.
Your Honor, it shows that the only reason it looks like he may not have qualified for pretrial release was because they were unable to reach his emergency contacts. So I'd ask that if they are, he is placed on pretrial release. He has a number that he provided, but I just don't think in time for court they were able to reach that person. It doesn't look like he has anything since 2018, Your Honor.
Ms. Davis, what do you think?
It's up to you, Your Honor. He didn't
I
provide.
want to drug test you if you're on pretrial release.
And he didn't provide us a number either. He don't.
He had,
All right.
he had the number right here.
All right, Mr. Reese, in this case, going to release you on pretrial release in this case. Condition of your pretrial release that you not return to the scene of the location, no contact with any victims or witnesses. You may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Still going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day. Straight PTR.
Dexter, okay.
Put your hands up.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Terry Rivers.
Can't hear you.
Terry Rivers.
Mr. Rivers, you're here in case 2021 CF 6698AO on charge of attempted second-degree murder, aggravated battery, causing great bodily harm with a firearm. Judge signed your warrant. In this case, has already found probable cause for your arrest. So I'm not sure the way this is typed out that, because if it was attempted second degree murder with a firearm, then I think I could hold him. Or does, I mean, my question is, do you think the enhancements is what goes to the level of offense, or,
I think it does. I don't think it makes it a PBL though.
say again?
I don't think the enhancement with the firearm makes it a PBL. So the state would have no issue to setting a bond as to count one, a very high bond. However, state would request that in the add-on bond it be removed.
Oh, yeah. All right, Mr. Rivers, in count one of This case, the court's gonna set your bond in count one, amount of $1 million, count two, the amount of $500,000. Condition of bond that you may not have any contact with any victims or any witnesses in this case. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You're not allowed to return to the scene or location where this incident happened. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You're out on bond in case 2021 CF 3677AO. In that case, the court is going to revoke that bond. I'm going to set a new bond of $0. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in that case if they're not already appointed. Have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Leonard Smith.
Oh, yeah. Say it again.
Leonard Smith.
Mr. Smith, you're here in case 2021 CF 6419AO on charges of possession of cannabis with intent to sell and deliver, trafficking in 10 grams or more of MDMA or ecstasy, possession of cocaine with intent to sell and deliver. Judge signed your warrant in this case already found probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bonds in this case, amount of $5,000 on count one, $50,000 on count two, $10,000 on count three. Condition of your bond is you're not allowed to possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You may not associate with any known drug users or drug dealers. Before you're bonded out, get the right statute number here. Whoever bonds you out needs to file an affidavit with the court complying with Florida Statute 903.046, sub 2, sub F, confirming that the funds used to bond you out did not come from any illicit activity, including the criminal activity alleged in this case. You're out on bond in case 2021 CF 4068AO, as well as you're out on bond in case 2021 CF 6220AO. In those cases, the court is going to revoke those bonds. Going to set new bonds at $0 as to those matters. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in all your cases if you're not already appointed. You have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Deidre Tompkins.
Ma'am, you're here in case 2020 CF 5303AO for a failure to appear warrant. The judge signed your warrant in this case has already set your bond at no bond. That's the only case I have for her, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We want to appoint the public defender to represent you if you're not already appointed. You have a great day, ma'am. I get another DV, no contact order for this next case. I got so many DV cases this afternoon. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Christina Iwanowicz.
Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 CF 4610AO on charge of neglect of a child, false information to law enforcement during the investigation. Judge signed your warrant. This case has already found probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count one in amount of $10,000. Count two, going to remain at $1,500. Condition your bond, you had no contact with the victim or any other witness. As you maintain a separate residence from this victim, all scratches do not return to the scene. If you need to return to the scene one time with law enforcement, you can, but it has to be with law enforcement. You get a one-time return. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Be subject to random drug testing at your expense. Sir, because I get better from him. Hey, take a look at this no contact order, man. Make sure you understand
Yeah,
the
I
order.
want to see who's on it because I have a DCF case plan right now with the
Yeah.
kids.
Also, if my no contact orders, and my orders in this case can be modified by the DCF judge, by the case manager, the DCF judge.
Where is the, who's,
The child in this case is the victim. So my orders can be modified by the dependency judge, if they so deem. You had no contact with any, no unsupervised contact with any child under the age of 18 years old.
Your Honor, would you consider lowering count one? She actually turned herself in. She has been complying with all of DCF's case plan. So we just ask that you can take that into consideration. Doesn't look like her last conviction was, it's all the way from 2014.
I will, to get it from your division judge, because I would like to actually have more little information from either guardian ad litem that's in charge of your case, some other testimony about what's going on with you and the case, all right? So I don't have the tools for that right now, so I'm gonna say the bonds are set, get in front of your division judge as soon as possible.
but if I pick the 10%. Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
James Edward Woods.
Mr. Woods, you're here in case 2021 CF 6839AO on charges of burglary of conveyance, grand theft from a construction site, trespass on a designated construction site. They reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bonds in this case amount $3,500 in count one, $2,000 500 in count two, and $1,000 in count three. No return to the scene, the location. No contact with any victims or witnesses. May not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be determined by law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And we're going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Officer Zafir.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 6817AO on charges of robbery with a firearm with a mask. The judge signing your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. Say what you asked me to do as to this case.
Defendant continues to be held at no bond, Your Honor.
All right. And Ms. George, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Ms. George, you have any argument as to that?
No, Your Honor, we reserve the right to have an argument here.
This is going to hold you at no bond as to this charge. Additionally, your bond had no contact with any victims, witnesses, or any of your co-defendants listed in this affidavit. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be determined by law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You may not return to the scene of the location where this incident happened.
Sir.
You have a great day, sir. All right, this is Ms. Chandler. She's here on several matters. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent her in her cases.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, she's supposed to be here in 2021 CF 6836AO on charges of possession of alprazolam, possession of oxycodone, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Review the charging affidavit in that case. Going to set her bond in count one, amount of $1,000, count two, $1,000, count three, $500. Condition of her bond should not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, be not associated with any known drug dealers or drug users. This is 2021 CT 4191AO. She's here on charge of driving under influence. Found probable cause for her arrest. Going to stay her bond amount of $500. Condition of her bond, no drugs, no alcohol, without a valid prescription. No operating motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Be not associated with any known drug users or drug dealers in that case. She also has a failure to appear warrant in 2019 CF 16353 AO. The judge in that case set her bond amount of $500. Her bonds remain as set in that case. She has a violation of probation case in 2019 CF 8411 AO. Judge in that case set her bond at no bond. Bonds remain at no bond in that case. All right, sir, can you tell me your name?
Christopher Bernard Dent Jr.
Mr. Dent, you're here for an out-of-county warrant for violation of probation from Miami-Dade County. The judge in Miami-Dade County set your bond at no bond. Your bonds remain at no bond until we get you down there to Miami-Dade County. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir. All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Devontae Hendricks.
Mr. Hendricks, you're here for a case out of Polk County for a violation of probation. The judge in Polk County set your bond at $0. Your bonds remain at $0 to get you out there to Polk County. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you while you're here in my custody. You have a great day, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Rossi LeCount Jefferson.
You gotta step up.
Rossi LeCount Jefferson III.
Mr. Jefferson, you're here from a case Seminole County for a failure to appear on a violation of probation case. The judge in Seminole County set your bond amount of $2,000. Bonds remain at $2,000 to get you out there to Seminole County. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir.
Can you repeat that?
Which part?
You said something about appointed a public defender?
Yep, I'm giving you an attorney while you're here because the Florida Supreme Court told me I need to do that. So for everybody that appears in front of me.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
You don't want the public defender? I don't have to
No,
appoint.
I'll take a public defender. The case would be heard here.
No, it's Seminole County, so you gotta go over to Seminole County and talk to that judge about that. I'm an Orange County judge, so I don't have any
Okay, I'll
power
accept
over
the
there.
public defender.
All right, have a great day,
Well-
sir.
Okay. Just,
Where's this? Okay, I'm glad I wrote it down. Is it right, Brevard? Broward? Okay, is it no bond? Okay, there we go. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Oscar Warby.
Sir, you're here in a case from Broward County. The judge in Broward County set your bond at no bond. Your bonds remain as set on this violation of probation case at no bond. Yes, a violation of probation, correct? Looks like it. So you're a violent felony offender, special concern. You're not going to be entitled to release on this case until your violation of probation is completed. They're going to appoint the public defender to represent you while you're here in my custody, and we get you down to Broward County as soon as we can, okay?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day.
I have an attorney, though.
You have an attorney?
Yeah, how?
All right. Then I won't appoint a public defender to represent you. I just need to make sure you have counsel while you're here in my jail, all right?
No problem.
All right, have a great day, sir. All right, there we go. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Tiffany Denise White.
Ms. White, you're here for cases from two counties. The first one is Alachua County. The judge in Alachua County set your bonds in your cases in count one amount of $7,500 and $5,000 as to count two. You have a case from Pasco County where the judge in Pasco County set your bond amount of $2,500. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you while you're here in my custody, but we'll get you on to either Alachua or Pasco as soon as we can, unless you can bond out or you can go report when you're supposed to.
I want to ask the question. Am I?
She doesn't have any other hold, right? It was just. Yep.
Have a good day. All right, does anybody have anything for the better of the order? All right, see everybody next week.